Today we're going to connect customer service not only to what we do in church, but of course to what we do in our own lives, anywhere we deal with people. I think life is a customer service moment at all times. That's just my view. It's a subject that I'm passionate on. I didn't get a degree in anything like this or hospitality or none of that. I've just been in hospitality since I was literally probably 14 years old, maybe even earlier. I was the gopher at my brother-in-law's, law office. I worked in summer camps. I've been in every industry I've been in has either been sales or with people or management, but project management, dealing with owners, people. I love customer service. It has been something I've been taught. It's been something I've practiced, but I'm no expert. I just want to share some experiences. And of course, we're going to refer to some other sources of information. So the idea here is welcoming like Jesus, the art of hospitality. So being excellent in customer service. So just two people, give me a superhero that you know of that would be excellent at customer service. Just call it out. Flash, why?
He's quick on the job. He's gonna make sure he gets everything quick and on time.
Everybody, 200 people have coffee in like 2 seconds.
Yep.
Professor X.
Professor X. Why?
Because he reads people's minds.
Because he reads.
Look at that,
You
this is
brought
big.
me pizza? That is excellent customer service, brother.
Do you want pizza?
After this, don't go anywhere. Yes, after this. Thank you very much.
So he could anticipate what people are thinking.
He can. That's right. He reads the minds, right? We'll do one more. We'll do one more. A superhero that would be excellent at customer service.
Stretchy girl.
Yes, stretchy girl. Why?
Because she can save the world and her children at the same time.
Very good. What do you need? She can stretch all over the place. I love it. I love it. So today I just want to connect some scripture verses to excellent customer service. We'll go through some slides and even bring in Disney to this topic, which they have a wonderful way of setting a culture of customer service. Whatever you may think of them otherwise, they're good at that. And we can take some really, really good pointers from them. So hopefully it's an interesting class. I hope you've sensed that our team conference really has been to give to you, to provide to you, to bless you in a way that you feel full, not only for church, for your regular life, for everything you do. So in Romans chapter 15, verse 7, it says, welcome one another as Christ has welcomed you for the glory of God. Anytime you see the word twice in the Bible, it's important. Welcome. Welcome. That's a great word. That's a great customer service word in any situation. Romans 15:7. And then Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. So what does that have to do with guest experience? The idea is that people decide within minutes whether they feel welcome or not. Have you ever been to a place where they just don't even say hi to you? You stand at a restaurant door and 3 minutes later, no one has even acknowledged your presence. And worse, people have walked by. Back in the day when TGI Fridays really, really focused on customer service, they were one of the top customer service restaurants out there. I worked for them. Our manager, and it was the culture of TGI Fridays, that no one would stand at the door more than 30 seconds without receiving a hello. Maybe you couldn't take them to their seat yet, but a hello. And that didn't matter who gave them the hello. It could be the busser. Back in the day, that day they had the big pans with all the dirty stuff in it, and he was trained to go up to them, put the pan to the side. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to TGI Fridays. Our greeter will be here shortly. I'm actually going to go check on her. Boom. But they were acknowledged that they were there. Even if the bartender from the middle couldn't get out of the bar, but they say, hey, how you doing? It did not matter, but 30 seconds was the time limit. And that was a studied time limit. That's as far as somebody wants to go before they start thinking, why have I not been acknowledged? That goes great for Metro. No one should ever walk in our door, which they don't, and not receive a hello within 30 seconds. It doesn't matter who says hello. But in your business and in your work, acknowledge the people that are patronizing, right? But the real word, like they're your patrons. Acknowledge them within 30 seconds. Set that as a culture. It's a beautiful thing. Okay? Hospitality isn't a job. It's the ministry of relationship. That's what we want to be here. It says it on our hats, right? Relationship, that's our culture. It's a ministry of relationship. And excellence in hospitality is actually an act of worship. I'm going to explain it to you. Why is it an act of worship? Because people were created by God. God gave people their value. When we value what God values, we're worshiping God. I've even counseled, biblical counsel, people that have insecurity issues and they're just not all there about themselves. And after a while, when there's a relationship, I'll say, well, the truth is, do you have trouble worshiping God? No, I worship at church. I love worship. No, but because you're not worshiping God. Why? Well, because God created you. And you have a really poor self-image of what God created. And if you're trashing what God created, you're not worshiping God. Of course, you don't say that in the first meeting. Okay? But it's the truth. We want to value everyone because God made them. So a little bit comparisons and a little bit back and forth of Disney service culture versus biblical hospitality. Because we have our own metro culture and you have your own work culture or business culture. Disney says this: we create happiness through magical experiences. Everything for them is, how do we make magic with these people right here? I remember, well, I'll give you a little more on that in a second, but what Disney did is, we were going to go to Disney, it was this year, the year before, we went to Disney as a family, and we're Florida residents, but the tickets were still more than an annual pass, and we had this stupid idea, because we used to go with our kids, and we used to go to Disney Springs all the time on our road trips to get the little pins for 1997 or 2003 or whatever it was. So we said, let's go to Disney, but let's buy the annual pass. It's like, babe, we can't go to Disney. Yes, it's perfect because we can't do Sundays, so we won't do Saturdays, so we don't need the weekend one. We need the really cheap one during the week. It was cheaper to get an annual pass than to go for the 4 days that we're going to go. So we got the annual pass. And we looked through the entire year calendar, compared it to church, and said, as adults, let's make this our getaway. Because one of our goals last year was, let's take some time with ourselves, right? Our youngest is 20. So let's take some time with ourselves. Man, we got that annual pass. We started waking up on Fridays, any weekend, any Friday that we could, at 5 a.m. We'd leave. We're there at 8:30 when the park opens. We'd have a great Friday. Saturday was our Disney Springs day for about, till 12, 1, 8 lunch. Get in the car, come back. We're here by 6, 7, whatever. It didn't really matter. And we got away, and that was our date. And we didn't have to pay to get in the parks. We'd park hop, and we jumped on the Skyliner. We did everything we wanted to do. And we learned that Disney is really cool for adults, too. I did not know that. It's a lot of fun, okay? So we found a way to have fun. We follow some bloggers, and we've been having a blast, okay? Now, one of the things, we went to one of the parks, and we just started talking, she started talking to us, a little lady named Annie. She's one of the guest experience people there. Came up to us, talked to us, Miami, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, she's like, here, come with me. We went, because she knew we loved pins. We were drinking out of water things. She gave us from a store 2 water cups that you could fill up forever and ever, right? Disney water cups that you can take to any soda station. She gave us pins. She gave us all this stuff that costs money. She gave us like $40 worth of stuff. And we are adults. We have money. We were like, no, relax. We don't. She's like, oh my gosh, no. We just want you to have a great day. And this is just about have fun. We say hi to her every time we go back to that park. She's always there. She made a magical experience for 2 adults that didn't need it. And she made it just a great first impression. So what they say is we're going to make create happiness through magical experiences. Here we say we're going to create belonging through relationships and relational hospitality, right? So you see here Disney, a cast member taking pictures for a family or for young people, right? Anybody will do that for you. You can ask the people cleaning with the little brooms. They'll take a picture for you. They'll stop. This is part of their VIP services. When you pay a little extra, they take you everywhere. This is expensive. But people pay for this. They assign someone to you, and their job is to make magical experiences for them. Because if they make magical experiences for them, they've made magical experiences for them. And that's their job, for the whole family to be blessed. Look at what you see this all the time. This is their VIP, whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called. But there's a guy that's assigned to you or a gal that's assigned to you the entire day. And you see a ride that you want to ride on, and they're like, oh yeah, no, that's not an hour. Come with me. And they are your speed pass, whatever it's called. This is how they create that. So what can you do in your work, in your line of work, in Metro Life? What can you do to make these kinds of experiences? And you only have to figure that out one thing at a time. You're not going to be Disney overnight. But what one thing can you do that would make it magical for someone? Is it a thank you reply? Is it the way you treat them the first time they're there? Is it a free estimate? But the free estimate literally comes with no strings attached. And there's no push on it. Obviously, there's the regular, you want business, but there's no push, right? You're not making them feel uncomfortable. Here, it's going to be about building relationships, and that's the same as going to be in your business or at your work. It's about building relationship. I know there's people that you're not going to want to build relationship with. Okay, I guess that's fine. But here's what Disney says. Do what you do so well that they'll want to see it again and bring their friends. So what's the guest journey? What's the guest journey? The guest journey when they come to your door, when they come to your business, when they come to Metro Life Church, this is where people are when they've come for the first time. Where is everything? What's this about? What am I going to feel? Is this going to be like my last church? Is all this friendliness legit? Like, are they really happy to see me? Right? The cynical people. Where's the restroom? I got to change my baby's diaper, right? Where's the kids ministry? Is it safe? Is there security? Is there safety? Is there a cop? What was the parking experience like? This is why we focus on parking. Because the first impression is going to happen out there. Those first 30 seconds are out there. Did they see a smiling face with a vest that says parking? Right? So all that, what happens in your work, what happens in your place of business, because all of them are a little bit unique. What can you do to make some of these questions basically less question marks in their head? Because they're always going to have questions. But what can you do to make these bigger ones kind of, oh, okay, now these little questions are not such a big deal because I like the vibe here. I like the atmosphere. I like their professionalism. I like what they do. I like how they talk. So, for example, here it's all about making people feel physically, emotionally, spiritually secure. We're your church. This is the best it's going to get all week. We want you to just let your hair down, relax, be yourself, and enjoy some time with God, enjoy some time with wonderful, like-minded people. That's our job, okay? But it's also about courtesy. It's also about showing in our body language. All right, I got a slide for you. Wait, this one. Wait, this one. Sorry, I did the slides. That's why they're out of order. Okay? What do we do? What do we do that could turn somebody off? Hey man, how you doing? You doing good?
Yes.
Yeah, man. We are so glad to have you here. Right? That's like he's turtling back, like I'm hiding. I know George, so it's cool. Okay. And if I did that to Anna, she'd be like, right?
Come in, honey.
I don't have a lot of examples here, but how about how we look? What's our body language? Hey, welcome to Metro. Like this is I don't care. This is more comfortable than talking to you. Right? You're never going to say that, but even this, we got to be careful. This is better than this, but this is still not good. Open hands is good. You'll never see in Disney ever when you ask for a bathroom that they go, it's over there.
Come this way. They'll walk you over.
They'll either, right around here. And if they do have to point, because maybe they can't leave that area, they'll walk you 3 steps if they can, and they'll say, open hand. The worst case, they're going to use 2 fingers because it's not pointing. This is part of their culture. They're taught this. We like our ushers to have open hands. When you're at the door, I remember Covenant Church in Texas. There was like 2 ushers that did it, but they were like this at the front. As people are walking in and worship's about to start, they're just like this. Literally like this. Like they weren't changing. They were like this. I'm thinking, that is so cool. I already want to go to this guy because his arms are like open. His hands are facing me.
He's waiting for a hug.
He's waiting for a hug. Want to sit here? Right? Personal space. Right? But it removes an obstacle. Because if I'm going down an aisle that there's this or this, hey, yeah, right here, row G. You. come here, right? What does your business say when people walk in? Or when you go to people? Dirty car, dirty truck, shoes untied, right? I don't know. I'm giving like horrible examples, but still, these things matter, right? Here it's flow. It's pre-planning, right? At church, we're always flow. We're always pre-planning. We have agenda meetings. We talk for like the whole week about what Sunday is going to happen on Sundays. We do our best, right? So here you see examples of what Disney does. But this is what we want to see. Welcoming. Even colors. The colors on this slide are welcoming. What can we do? What can you do on your job? We got a painter here. Colors matter. Colors speak. Colors cause a reaction. There's light green colors. They paint schools in light green colors because it's a calming. They don't even know. The kids don't even know, but they're being calmed by that color. Red is like, wow, cheeseburgers, right? Red and yellow. Who's red and yellow? Ronald McDonald's. Who else is red and yellow? Doritos. Think about red and yellow. Cheetos. Chick-fil-A, red. Let's go. I want some, right? Colors speak. So that's not what this talk is about, but I want to talk to you about some other Disney stuff because Disney parks are made so that people never feel lost. And almost every corner, you'll see a little umbrella with a guest experience person. So bring that to church. Bring that to your work. Like, what do people need to know before they even see you? What do they need to feel and sense before if I have to tell you, I did it here for an example, but if I had to say to people walking in, hey, we've planned all week to say hi to you. That's stupid. Like, I got to tell you? No, they should feel, man, this is not today thing. This is not a today thing. These people know what they're doing. Right? You can go to some professional sports places and you'll know that stadium is ready for you. You can go to some others and you'll be like, well, these people can care less that I'm here. Okay? So it's a sense and a feeling that you're trying to create. So for the first time guest perspective, it's super important that you're acknowledging that people are around. Then you want to engage with guests, right? Is it this? Hey, nice to meet you. I already forgot your name. Or is it some of the things that we try to do, which is we? Listen, you'll watch me correct myself if I ever say, when I have a Goodfellas camp, I'll be like, no, when we have a Goodfellas camp, I never use I. I'm using it there, right? But I don't use I when I'm defining and talking about things for Metro. This is our church. This is us. And I'll work very hard to correct, right? My clients, no, our clients. Even if you are by yourself and you say our clients, it just makes people go, they work with people. I tell all my clients when that gutter falls off, no. I suggest to all of our clients that when they see a gutter that way, it just changes everything. Because now it's us. And I'm helping you because you're one of us. You're not my client, you are our client, right? So being aware is going to be part of keys to a relationship-driven hospitality. So we're talking about engaging with guests. Look for new faces. And don't ignore the older faces. Just be looking for the new faces. It's a balancing act. You've seen us do it. I literally could be talking to George, and I see a new face walk in, and I'm talking, or they're leaving, and they say, bye, Pastor Armando, and I'll be like, let's take care. And I'll come back, and I continue the conversation like if it didn't end, it didn't break. These are in casual settings, right? I'm not going to break a meeting for something like that. But in our lobby, we have to get good at acknowledging everyone. Okay? In your lobby, you got to get good at acknowledging everyone. Another thing is be present. If you're talking to somebody, talk to them. Now, yes, I might have gone to say hello or goodbye, but before that, I was engaged with him, right? The moment that I get that hello or goodbye, George, give me a second. I'm acknowledging him. George, give me a second. I gotta say about it, or I want to, right? I want to say bye to these people. I come back. I'm now George's again. He forgives me for that because he knows that people know me here. They know my name. Everybody, Pastor Armando, whatever. So I've acknowledged the whole situation without being like, yeah? Wait, what'd you say? That's very different. right? And our phones are kind of a tough place there for that. Be personal, right? We want to be with we and they. We want to be with my pleasure and not no problem. You shouldn't hear no problem here at Metro. We set that as a culture. And always correct yourself if you use it by mistake. Ask questions, right? Be engaging. Hey, what brought you to us? I think I asked a couple of people, and it was natural, but I said, well, hey, what brought you to the customer service class? I really want to know why you chose this one, right? Be engaging. What was that about? You're going to hear a lot about that. We're engaging like this. We're always doing selfies. People are even calling us the selfie church now, right? Because we're always trying to do selfies, trying to take a picture with people, make them feel like they're having a good time and having fun, right? Both campuses do this. We put them in our chats, in our staff chat. We share all these pictures. We share them with Pastor Steve because he doesn't get to meet everybody. It's really, really cool, right? So I want to talk about something else that Disney does, because in order to create a wow experience, I'm going to skip that slide and I'm going to go to this one. This is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's a Disney film. It was one of their first animated and human films, right? It was both, which was a very tough thing at that time. But there was a scene in this movie that they now have a saying. It's called kicking the lamp. And if you have not read, and you love customer service, if you have not read Be Our Guest, it's an older book of Disney's. It's been around for like 15 years or 20 maybe. And it is their book about their type of customer service. If you haven't read it, read it. It's a great book. This concept is explained in that book. It's called Be Our Guest. It's like white with red letters, and it's a great book, okay? So in this movie, the human bumps into a lamp, but it's an animated lamp, and it's an animated scene. And there was a shadow that lamp should cast because of where the light was. There should be a shadow that mimics that lamp being bumped. Minor thing. It's a 2-hour movie, hour and a half, whatever it is. Most people are not going to go, where was the shadow when that lamp moved? Some people will, 1 out of 1,000. But most people will not. So it wasn't a necessary thing. It was just that the animators kept going back and forth about that shadow needs to move if the lamp moves. So instead of saying it's good enough, nobody's going to notice, they went and animated the shadow moving with the lamp. It took them time, it took them effort, but they wanted to produce an excellent product, being that this was one of the forays, one of the launches into human and animation. Then they had NBA Jam or whatever that jam was, right? Space Jam, right? They did some other ones, but this was one of their first ones, okay? And that concept became kicking the lamp, where today they're all trained on this concept. Every cast member is trained on kicking the lamp. And when something is just good or even great but not excellent, they'll say, hey, how can we kick the lamp there? They use that phrase because the shadow didn't have to move. It wouldn't have done anything to the movie on the overall scale, but they would have known that they didn't do the right thing. They would have known that this is wrong. So they did something that everybody was not going to see, and they did it right, and it gave it a more authentic feel. So in your business, at Metro, whatever it is that you do, where can you kick the lamp? And that means the attention to detail. The attention to detail. Is it a questionnaire that you give them that you only say, hey, just fill out this line, this line, this line? Well, why don't you make a questionnaire that has only this line, this line, this line? Why have them ignore 11 things? This weekend, it wasn't major, was not major, but I saw at our lobby, while I saw a young gentleman, like 30s, walk in by himself. I'm free. I had just finished talking to somebody. I was like, I want to meet this guy. As I go up to this person, a greeter in our lobby was saying, are you new? And then that was it. Are you new? Sign in. So I've already worked on correcting it. It's not they're just doing their best. It's okay. We're not nothing. We don't have to be perfect. We just got to work and getting better. But I had already gone up to this man, and as I'm going up to this man, talking to him, already asking him some questions. How you doing? How'd you hear about us? He was invited by somebody. All this stuff is going on. I'm having a conversation. She's still coming to that person going, "You're new?" So I ignored it, and I continued to engage. And I had about a 10-minute conversation with a guy, super cool guy, was happy to be here, corrected that other situations for the future, because nobody meant anything bad about what they were doing. They were just kind of doing their best. There's a little bit of a language barrier, and a couple other things go on there. It's easier for this person in Spanish, and she does a wonderful job in Spanish. So, but I just kind of stayed here and connected with the guy, and he had a great experience. He's going to come back to Metro Life Church. But that's kicking the lamp. Where are we at? 4 minutes. Okay, that's kicking the lamp, and we're almost done anyway. Kicking the lamp is, what is the detail that I need to do that I'm choosing to embrace that challenge, and nobody else is really going to see it. It's just going to feel right. They're going to sense it. If I have to say, I have to tell you, hey, we planned this conference a long, long time, and listen, I did these slides kind of just for you, and well, no, I want you to feel like I got ready. I don't need to tell you I got ready. I want you to feel like I have waters here, because maybe someone's thirsty. Is someone thirsty? Anybody want a bottle of water? Maybe, yeah, right there, see? Okay, I brought some extra waters because maybe somebody wants water. The little thing is out here, and the camera's running, and the TV's going, and why? Not so that I can tell you all that. I'm giving you the example. All this is ready so that if we came in here and which I've done before when I talk about customers, I act like I don't know what I'm doing and the papers fall, and I do it all on purpose. And I'm opening and, oh my gosh, this slide, and I've started presentations like that. And then I say, I'm just joking. But how does that feel? It feels like I didn't value your time. I didn't value your time. So what you're trying to do is have people sense, which is why we huddle every single week here at Metro, have people sense that there's a team effort that has happened. Aaron and Andrew and a couple of guys actually from Dayland, I think the Yes Men in Dayland, moved these chairs, set them up nice and straight, got this room ready. Why? Because we want to value that people are choosing. I want to be in the customer service one. I want to be in the engagement, in the fashion one. Did you go to the fashion one? I'm just kidding. And then there's sarcasm. So that's the idea, is the plussing, the extra mile, the kicking the lamp. How can you kick the lamp? So that your homework in the next 2 minutes is go home with this question. What is one way that I can kick the lamp, pay attention to a small detail, and correct it or make it better or make it amazing? What's one way I can kick the lamp in how I or we or my business or my church department is welcoming to people? What one thing can we do? And then do that one. And then always be asking that question, where can we kick the lamp? And the second thing is, how can I make one person feel truly valued and seen this weekend? And then make that a practice. I ask God all the time when we're coming to church on Sunday, because I don't know, man, do you always wake up in a good mood? I don't always wake up in a good mood. Okay. Anna does, for real. Like, Anna wakes up in a good mood all the time. Wee, morning. Oh my gosh, look, the sun. Oh my gosh, birds. There's still birds out there. I'm like, yeah, there are birds out there. Give me my gun. Dead birds. Okay, I don't always wake up in a good mood, but I always ask God, just lead me to someone. Let someone be blessed today by something I say, something I do, put someone in front of me and Anna with the kids, and just do something special today. Give me the opportunity to make someone feel good. And then take the opportunity when you get it. So between now and tomorrow, who and what can you do to make someone feel valued and special? Will you write them a little note? Will you send them a little text? Will you get them a little gift? One of the ladies in the last one, she buys for her Connect group. This is not a rule. Okay, this is what she does. She asks them all their favorite scripture verse at the beginning of Connect groups, and then she finds a way to make a beautiful thing or give them a beautiful thing with her scripture verse. And then every week she brings a little trinket, a little something. Maybe a dollar store. I don't even know what she does. But every week she brings something to her Connect group to give to every single lady. Whether they throw it away or not, it doesn't matter. She's saying, this is how much I love you. That during the week, I thought about you and I got you all a little something. What can you do? So that's your two things. Where can we kick the lamp, like Disney did? What's that one thing that is not really ruining anything, but it could be better? And then who can you go out and make feel special and loved and needed and wanted and welcomed? Cool? Enjoy it?
Very good.
All right. God bless you guys. We're done with time, so